Welcome to the fifth installment and basic flight in the BMS F-16. Today we're going to be covering engine failures. So what do you do when you experience an engine failure? Well, the first thing you need to do is check that your emergency power unit came on, otherwise you don't have any control, and you'll know that because the light over here will light up. Then what you want to do is you want to establish your maximum glide range as per the checklists. In this case I'm 10,000 pounds above dry weight, so I'm going to want 250 knots plus 5 knots per 1,000 pounds, which gives me 50 pounds, or 250 pounds for the glide. Then what I'm going to want to do is move my throttle to mid-range, hit the idle detent, and hopefully that'll get the engine started. However, if the engine spooled below 23%, I'm going to need to use the JFS starter switch, which is this one over here, to get the engine spinning again. And then once the RPM's above 23%, hit the idle detent just as you do in the ramp start. So let's give that a go. The first thing we will do is shut down the engine by pulling the throttle back and hitting the idle detent. You'll notice the avionics will start switching off. There we go.
Warning, 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 warning.
And mid-range. I'm pitching up now in case it doesn't restart. And now we get the nose down as we're approaching 250. And we'll just maintain that 250. There we go, avionics coming back. Engine restarting, throttle to full, right, let's turn off the EPU, set it back to normal, and now then the aircraft's going to take some time to boot up, just as it does on the ground. Right, let's consider the second engine failure scenario. In this case we're going to let the engine stop completely, so the RPM will drop to next to 0, and then we'll do the restart. The main difference is that this time we'll be using the JFS button over there, or switch over there, to provide the energy required to start the engine. So let's stop the engine. Power back, idle detent. See the RPM dropping, avionics shutting down, everything's gone.
Warning, warning, warning,
EPU
warning.
comes on, HUD will be back, so we pull the nose up, there we go, approaching 250, nose down gently to catch that 250 knots. And there we go, just hold it. Check that the RPM is 0, it is indeed. So now we restart. So hit the JFS starter. Watch that speed, you don't want to get too slow or too fast. There we go, you can see the RPM busy coming up again. Throttle's mid-range. And idle detent. Throttle to full. And there we go, you can see the RPM rising. Right, and as the RPM comes up, generators work again, and you'll see the avionics come back to life. Lots of various states, show you how to clear them in a minute. There we go, we're flying, so establish straight and level flight. Turn off the EPU and reset it to its normal position. And get control of our plane, and I want about 350 as a cruise. Right, now that we're established, what we want to do is just clear out the errors. So you bring up the test page, clear the errors, and notice the master warning goes, warning lights, so that implies that the systems are okay, there's no returning errors. The FCR will need another 2 minutes to reset, and then once that's going, you should be good to go.